including Ollie Hind, an IM specialist, but indeed world record holder. Very few swimmers swim the individual medley quite so well as Ollie Hind, but the world record holder going in the men's 400 freestyle. Angels, Griswold, Hind, Oliveira, Cochrane and Schmidtke. It's a very impressive start for Blake Cochrane of Australia, going in 6. Used his underwater nicely as well. Ollie Hind going in lane 4 with a red cap, is now just ahead of Griswold of the United States, going in 3. Just over his right shoulder. Going in lane 6 of Australia, Blake Cochrane just trying to hold on in the opening stages. But again, a race over 8 lengths of this Olympic-sized pool. And certainly there's plenty of opportunity to find a rhythm, settle into your stroke. But at the opening turn, it is Hind by over a second from Griswold. And indeed, Caio Oliveira of Brazil will be expecting to make the final in front of his home crowd. And what an occasion as well for the Brazilian swimmers to be competing in the pinnacle of Paralympic swimming competition in front of their home crowd.
You could hear the roar at the start with the athletes just before getting on the block. That cheer for Brazil, and it's erupting again here in the stadium. But Oliver Hind really opened up that lead over 1.5 seconds after the first 100 meters, and he has decided to take this race on from the start. We saw his teammate in heat number 1 lead for so much of the race, and Craig finished in 3rd. But at the moment, Hind is not even giving his opponents a chance to stay on his shoulder. He's got a couple of body length lead already, and well, broke the world record earlier this year. It'll be interesting to see how he is swimming in comparison to that world record now. He's got an over 3-second lead after the first 150 meters. This is quite an impression he's wanting to make at the early stages of this race.
Well, he is, and there's a bit of a family tradition, of course, to uphold. His mother was a torchbearer, and leading up to the London Paralympic Games, his older brother Sam was a Paralympic champion at this event in Beijing. He finished 2nd in the 400 freestyle 4 years ago, but having broken the world record, as I say, earlier this year, he is desperate to claim the gold medal, and looks like he's heading out at fairly furious pace here. Ollie Hind, just judging by his splits, at 2:11.57, he is well under world record pace, and he's got the ability to swim just about even splits, and perhaps even negative splits. He's got a lot in the tank. He's a very strong swimmer, particularly at the back end. And somebody who's been swimming since a very young age is Ollie Hind. Only 21 years old, so still getting stronger and maturing as a swimmer. But what an example that he has in his family, with an older brother already a Paralympic champion. Let's not forget, though, he is a Paralympic champion in his own right, having won the 200 IM so brilliantly in London 4 years ago. But looking to lay down a marker here in heat 2 of 2 in the men's 400 free.
At the 200-meter mark, he was 6 seconds ahead of the heat number 1 at that stage in the race. So this is 2 heats in the men's 400, but at the moment, this heat 2 is going to deliver a much faster time into the final 100 meters and showing no sign of tiring.
Well, if he carries on at this pace, he is going to break his own world record by over a second. Is he going to be able to keep it on when he's on that sort of pace at the moment, is Oliver Hind. So this is building up to be a thoroughly impressive race. I can tell you that alongside him is Griswold of the United States going in 3, Caio Oliveira and Blake Cochrane. They're battling it out, but they're some way behind. A 3:56.94. Ollie Hind is well under world record pace here. And is he going to slow down? Or is he going to try and carry on to the wall?
Now the crowd are trying to bring him home. They know it's close to a world record.
He slowed it down. He slowed it right down. It just looked like he eased off ever so slightly. He wants to leave something for the evening finals, but a very impressive first 300 meters from Ollie Hind, the world record holder, 4:31.90. Griswold of the United States touches second, while the Brazilian gets an enormous roar appropriately. Team GB cheering for Ollie Hind. Go Oliveira of Brazil. A little touch in third, bringing some cheer and delight to the partisan audience. Well, winner of the second heat, world record holder Ollie Hind. Well, and world record pace for the opening stages, but just slowed it down in the final 100. He had done more than what he needed to. Solid on the turn. There was some furious strokes out there. He had a really good stroke rate at one stage. And up till about the 300 mark, he was pushing. But still, very quick coming home. Ollie Hind driving it to the wall, and he finishes well ahead of any other swimmer in the second heat. So confirmation